I am live. A bunch of motorcycles are going by the apartment, so you can probably hear a big roar in the background. I'm going to go post the link to this class over on denverguitarorchestra.com. That is where all of the sheet music for today's fun and excitement begins. And um, once it's posted, we'll have a big rush of folks come in. They will sit down. We will play guitar. We have a new week. We have all new music for the day. Always a bit of excitement to try to get through it all in one day. We're also starting um, a new week of level one. So hold on, it's putting up a fuss here. New week of level one. So we start at the very beginnings of what turns into fingerstyle guitar. And I think overall, we got a pretty good thing going here. So tell your friends. I think I got this posted. Let me go double check that it's working correctly. Vic is in. Sound is good. That's all we care about. Sometimes I can't tell. I can never tell if the sound's good. The video is always of me, so it's always a bit sketchy, but the sound is good today. All right, let's see. Link is working correctly. All right, so here we go. So, all new music this week. This week we're playing Frere Jaga, which is, I'm sorry, Brother John. That is level one, lesson one. So it'll take us a minute just to talk to the brand new people. And then we're playing Buffalo Gals, which is a hoot, a hilarious song from. Then one of the prettiest songs ever written for guitar, Andante in G by Carulli. We will be playing that one. And then one of the prettiest songs ever, Moon River. We're continuing our research into that song. Hey, Elizabeth, welcome in. So it's an exciting week ahead. I think we have really lovely music to play, and hopefully everybody will be getting a little better. I haven't played this guitar in a week or two, so I'm gonna see how things go. Hey, Pauline, welcome in. All right. I've been playing on Dante and G all the last 30 minutes, and I love it. It's such an exciting and beautiful song. Um, it's pretty exciting that we get to um, play music like that. Let's see. Look at my phone's going crazy. Apparently, Donna's on a break. She loads this thing up with. I'm involved in all these group texts with her, which I don't need to be involved in these group texts. But I guess they feel like they're supposed to include me. Let's see. Evelyn made it in. Arlo made it in. Guys, we have the powerhouse sitting right there. We'll wait 2 more minutes until if we get any stragglers, and then we'll hit Brother John pretty hard, um, and um, and then Buffalo Gals. I love teaching Buffalo Gals. I think it's a super fun song, and you get to learn G chord, D7, G chord. We're going to do that a few times in your life. Buffalo, as I was walking down the street. That's a fun one. Um, what else is going on this week? I don't think I know. Oh, remember, guys, Thursday night, we're not going to hold Thursday night. I have my condo board meeting on Thursday night, so we won't have Thursday night. So we have 2 weeks of Moon River, and then we'll have a weird week, or I'm not sure what we're going to do, and then we'll start digging into holiday music. And my guitar book is not as complete as my ukulele book, but what I normally do with guitar is you guys give me two or three suggestions about songs you'd like to learn during the holiday season, and most of the time I have them already done, but occasionally you guys will give me a suggestion that I hadn't done in the past. So last year Dan wanted to do "O Little Town of Bethlehem," and I had never done that, so we got a chance to put that together, and it was really fun. And so, be thinking about, I definitely have the sort of standard issue Christmas songs done for guitar, but if you got something uh, that you want to play, by all means, don't hesitate to send me some ideas about what you'd like to do. I think. I tend to make fun of Christmas music a tiny bit because every year here it comes again. But I actually love it, especially on guitar. It's one of those things that just they seem to fit really well, and I think you'll enjoy playing this style of arrangement for Silent Night, First Noel, O Tannenbaum, uh, the Little Town of Bethlehem, all the O's. um, Got a few of the kind of highly religious ones. Got a few of the not religious ones. Santa Claus is coming to town, and Frosty the Snowman, that type of stuff. Those are coming. It's weird to talk about Christmas this time of year, but musicians, this is the time when you start getting your Christmas thoughts together because you really have from Halloween to Thanksgiving to get your act together, and then you have to be ready to go. And so people anticipate after Thanksgiving that they will accept the fact that it is time to hear Christmas music, and some people will like Christmas music year round. Um, but not everybody. And it's funny, Elizabeth. I actually think I did in the bleak midwinter last winter. I remember working on it, and I don't remember if it was for. I wish you would stop calling me. Um, that's the one of the charity people we donate to, and they call to thank me, and I'm like, you don't need to thank me. You got things to do. um, the uh, I remember working on In the Bleak Midwinter, and I'm pretty sure I worked on it for guitar. But please toss me an email about that, Elizabeth. Just a single line email. In the Bleak Midwinter, and that will remind me to check. But I do recall working on it for some time, for some amount of time, and so yeah, I think I'll do that. Colorado Christmas. I've never done Colorado Christmas. Oddly enough, I don't know. I remember looking at Mike Charbonneau really wanted to push us toward doing that, and I said, "Okay, I'll do it." And I don't think I ever did it. So, good choice, Arlo. All right, guys. So let's get started. Level one, level two, level three, hopefully level four as well today. If you are level one, if you are a newer player, there are four things that I think that you need to know out of book one. Number one, you need to know how to tune your guitar. Number two, you need to know how to hold your guitar. Number three, you need to know how to pluck a melody. And number four, you need to know how to play four essential chords. If you have been around with me a while and you're like, I have sat through this lesson 700 times, this would be an excellent opportunity for you to be thinking about getting somebody else started on guitar, right? What are the things? Do you have the lead sheet version out, Arlo? Yeah, good. I might need it. Again, send if you happen to have the lead sheet in PDF, just send that to me, Arlo. Otherwise, just send me an email that says Colorado Christmas. I remember Mike wanting to do it, and I remember looking some stuff up about it, but I don't remember arranging it. But that doesn't necessarily mean I didn't. Um, First thing in guitar is exactly what Vic just wrote. How do we tune guitars? All right, so three possible methods. One, what we're really after is E, A, D, G, B, E. And Vic correctly points out the phrase that pays is Eddie, 8, dynamite, good, bye, Eddie. That's on page 6 of the book, level one book. If you have it, if you don't have the level one book, you don't necessarily need that because you have to memorize this anyway. E, A, D, G, B, E. Eddie, 8, dynamite, good, by Eddie. If you quit guitar after memorizing that, that's fine, okay? Because that will stick with you the rest of your life. You need to know that phrase. Next thing, how do you get to there? I strongly recommend you buy this exact tuner right here. It's called a Snark Super Tight HZ. They're $18. Crazy price for a tuner. They're way, way, way better than the $9 tuners you can get, and they have a super ultimate zapper machine, computerized whatever on the inside of here, and an HD screen. They're much, much better than the other ones. Very sensitive. They'll actually tune your low E, which not all guitar tuners can even read that sound. These guys do just fine with that. You clip it onto the end like that. You hit the power button, you pluck it. If it's too low, you tighten up your string. If it's too high, you bring it down. But you're looking for E, A, D, G, B, E. So that's number one. Memorize 88 Dynamite Goodbye Eddie. Number two, get a Snark. Number three, if you don't have a Snark, which is crazy, but if you don't, you can download a tuner onto your phone. I use one called G Strings because I thought that was funny. But a lot of people on iPhones use Guitar Tuna. Any of you guys use anything different on your phone? The good news about the phone is you never go anywhere without your phone anymore, and so you always have a guitar tuner with you. The other thing that goes along with that is that if a dog barks down the street a block and a half, it throws the tuner off. So they're not near as accurate and a little bit harder to use than the clip-on one, but at least you have it with you, right? And so I would say definitely look through the App Store, find a few tuners that you think are helpful. Last thing, and this is old school, but it's still something that's very valuable to know. I want you to take your middle finger. I want you to count down your frets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You almost for sure have a dot on your fret 5. If it's not there, it's probably on the side of your guitar. You'll have fret 5. We're going to go all the way down fret 5 and do one string at a time, and the one below it will sound the same until we get to string number 3, and that one we have to do on number 4. But everybody else is on 5, so put your middle finger, top string, 5th fret. It will sound the same as the string below it. So press down on this top string. They should sound the same if you're in tune. Next thing is 5th fret of the 5th string. Sounds the same as the 4th string. 4th string at the 5th fret sounds the same as the 3rd string, open. 3rd string, 4th fret. You have to move back 1 fret for the 3rd string. Now it will sound as the same as the 2nd string, open. And then 5th fret of the 2nd string will sound the same as the 1st string, open. So I have somebody is a teeny tiny bit off, driving me crazy. There we go. Okay, that's the way even these tuners can get a minor inaccuracy. At the end of the day, once I get the guitar fully tuned up, I usually run through that relative tuning just to make sure that I got it right. It's easy to get a little bit off, and you'll hear it very clearly when something's off that way. Just a fast way to double check your tuning. Guitar posture, I only have one rule, that's your thumb. Your thumb goes on the back of the neck. I don't see your thumb. Okay, your thumb's going to go right here. It's always going to be perpendicular to the neck and stick straight down basically, and it is always going to hang out behind your middle finger. There is tell you are playing an electric guitar poorly, there is no reason for your thumb to ever be up here. There's no reason ever to have your thumb over the top on an acoustic guitar. There are no reasons. So when you see that, you know you're dealing with somebody who is trained poorly. When you have your thumb down here, And your middle finger back here, you're going to be using the muscle we need to use, which is this muscle right here, to create all of your chords and all of your individual fingering. And that's the muscle that in the beginning you don't have it fully developed. The more you play, the faster it builds, and you will be it'll make playing easier. So in other words, what you're seeing is my thumb is back here. Arm is in a very natural position. This hand comes across the guitar, very natural position. I'm trying not to have any stress or pressure or tension in my body. I try. I don't succeed always, but I'm working at keeping the least amount of tension in my body possible, keeping my thumb here out of the way. Guitar is held. If you hold it this way, you're making your life way, way, way harder. You really want to be holding your guitar at a 45 to 60-degree angle, somewhere in this department. On this guitar, I have a strap. I find that extremely helpful. Not all guitars are, we don't put straps on classical guitars because classical guitars are always played in sitting position. But if you are likely to stand up, almost all metal string guitars are the idea is you will stand up with those. Um, you want to be able to stand up and still play, and a strap is super helpful. I don't particularly like straps myself. I play mostly classical positioning, but I do find that they do make it easier. All right, so that's posture. Guitar here, probably sitting down between your legs feels a little weird, but the idea is when you stand up at a microphone, this is the position your guitar is going to fall into, and it's much easier to play it this way than when it's horizontal. Much easier, much easier. So you can decide if you want to make your life harder or not. That's guitar posture. Let's move on to your first song. You're going to be playing Brother John on your piece of music. It's on page 9 if you have the book, or just pull up Brother John. You are going to be playing only one string right now. You're only going to be playing this bottom string. Okay, that's string number 1. And you're going to be playing it with your thumb, just plucking it. Okay, don't play all the strings, just one at a time. Next thing you're going to do is look at your piece of sheet music, and you're going to go down to the line that says guitar melody. Okay, and on that line, you'll see the number 0240, and then you'll see 0240, and then you'll see 457, and then you'll see 457, and then you see 797540, 797540, and then on the very bottom, you see 000, 000, and then it skips over a heavy black line with 2 dots, and then it says 000. Okay, so that's the line you're going to read. What you're going to be thinking about is that string, which is on the bottom of your guitar, is the top line on the sheet music. And the way you will be able to figure out if you're on the wrong string, you'll hold your guitar up like this and compare it to the information on the page, and then you'll put your guitar back down in playing position. For this exercise, you're only going to play this string until the very end when we bring in the second string. You're just going to be playing this one, and we're going to be using all the frets along here in a specific order to make the sound come out, to make the melody come out. So the first thing is a 0, and when you see 0, you just pluck the string. The next one is a 2. You hold down the second fret. Now these are all your frets. They're number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 has a dot. 6, 7, 7 has a dot. 8, 9, 9 has a dot. 10, 11, 12 probably has a dot. Okay, so I want you to hold down fret 2, and that's between the metal bars. Don't be on top of the metal bars, be in between the metal. So 1, 2, use your middle finger, pluck that, and then take your pinky on 4 and pluck that, and then let it and take both off and play a 0. Let's do it again. 0, 2, 4, 0, 0, 2, 4. Let's do it a few times. 0, 2, 4, 0, 0, 2, 4, 0. Open middle, pinky, open, O, M, P, O, O, 2, 4, O. That's your first 2 measures, 0240 and 0240. Now let's go slide down to measure 3. And when I talk about measures, those are the vertical lines on your paper. Under Dormez-vous, you'll see the numbers 4, 5, 7. So slide up here to 4, index on 4, 4, middle finger on 5, and pinky on 7. 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7. Okay, let's put those two ideas together. We're going to play 0, 2, 4, 0 twice, and then we're going to play 4, 5, 7 twice. Ready, play. 0, 2, 4, 0, 0, 2, 4, 0, slide up, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7. Beautiful. Okay. And guys, those of you with prior knowledge know that the next section is fast. We're going to be playing it slow. Put your ring finger on 7 and pluck that. Pinky finger up on 9, pluck that. Go back to 7 where your ring finger still is hanging out, plus that 7. Go back to a 5 with your middle finger, pluck that. 4 with your index, and then open. Play again. 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0. Again. Ring, pinky, ring, middle, index, open. Ring, pinky, ring, middle, index, open. And then finally on bar number 7, down at the very bottom, the last line, says 0 on the first string, then 0 on the second string, 0 on the first string. Again, first string, second string, first string. Now, when we talk about this online, it goes pretty fast. So if you're sitting at home going, God, that's a lot, you will practice as much as you can. And then if you're still not getting it, then you toss me an email and say, hey, I'm struggling with this one issue or whatever, and then I can revisit it. But because we go so fast online, sometimes I breeze over things since I can't really tell how you're playing. I will end up assuming that you know something that you don't necessarily know something. So you will be communicative with me about what you need. Here we go. From the top, first string, multiple fingers all up and down along here, and we will double time measures 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 7. 4, 5, 7. 7, 9, 7. 5, 4, 0. 7, 9, 7. 5, 4, 0. First string, second string, first string, first string, second string, first string. Well, one more time. 0, 2, 4. Oh, 0, 2, 4. Oh, 4, 5, 7. 4, 5, 7. 7, 9, 7, 5, 4. Oh, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4. Oh, first string, second string. Skip measure 8, play 9. And that tied note there means hold on, let it ring for a while. Okay. We have a first and a second ending in this song. Measure 8, we play the first time through. Measure 9, we play the second time through, and you don't play measure 8 the second time through. All right. Last thing, your homework assignment is to get that melody out of your guitar. And if you have to come back and double check this video, that's okay. And your homework assignment for tonight is to play measures 5 and 6 twice as fast as we just played them. The secret to playing fast is playing the rest of the song slow. Here's what I want you to play. You can play along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're new, that's plenty. That's plenty for tonight. But let me give you one more thing to work on. That's called playing instrumentally. That's making the guitar do the singing for you. We can also play guitar where we have to do the singing with our face. And to do that, we use the chords. Notice above your every measure in here, you have a little E with a little grid underneath it. Those are as if the guitar is standing up straight. You'll notice you have a dot on the first fret, third string. Then you have a dot on the fifth string, second fret. And then you have a dot on the fourth string, second fret. So this is the shape of the chord. Index, middle, ring. Okay, that's your E chord. And then we strum everybody when we're playing like that. Okay. Hopefully your chord sounds a little bit like mine. 4 beats in every measure, so just 1, 2, 3, 4. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Sonnez les matines, sonnez les matines, ding, dang, dong. Do 8, ding, dang, dong. Go to the top. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Brother John. Morning bells are ringing, morning bells are ringing, ding, dang, dong. Measure 9, ding, dang, dong. And then just let that note ring out for a while before shutting it down. And that's how we play Brother John. For those of you who are level 1, that's a lot. Now, those 4 items, tune your guitar, hold your guitar, play a melody, and play the E chord, that's a lot. Tomorrow we'll be playing it again. So if you were like, that's a lot, you'll know that tomorrow we will be here and we will help you out some more. Okay, let's go on to level 2. And again, if you're new, this is not for you. If you have been around a little while, this is for you. If you've been around a long time, this is review, right? And we are going to be playing Buffalo Gals today. Buffalo Gals has got 2 chords you're going to play every single day as a guitarist. You're going to play a G chord. This is from level 1. Okay. Okay, and sort of from level 1, we had a D chord in level 1. This is a D7 here in level 2. Index, middle, and ring. Okay, and remember, don't hit the top string when you're playing a D chord. You can hit the 5th, but ideally you just hit the 4th down. Okay, and getting back and forth between those 2 is really going to become an ongoing activity. The problem with these 2 chord pairs is this has nothing to do with this one. So there's no, you've just got to move all of your fingers around. I tend to drag my ring finger back and forth along there, at least to give me some home plate advantage. There we go, from the top. Let me make sure my page turner is working. 1, 2. How many beats do you know? 4/4. That means there's 4 beats in every measure, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. As I was walking down the street. Now I'm singing twice as fast as I'm strumming. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. As I was walking down the street, change. Down the street, change. Down the street, a pretty little gal I met. Me change, oh, she was fair to see. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Change, come out tonight, change back, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon to the top? I helped her and we had a talk, had a talk. Her feet took up the whole sidewalk and left no room for me. Buffalo gal, would you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, would you come out tonight and dance chance, I thought that I might have a chance to shake a foot with buffalo cows. Won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight. Buffalo cows, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? One more time, last time through, I totally blew it. I danced with a gal with a hole in her stocking and her kept a knocking and her tail kept a rocking. I danced with a gal with a hole in her stocking and we danced by the light of the moon. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? So a dumb ending on there. Again, anytime you're singing and strumming, do this strum, maybe do the index strum, do the multi-finger pluck, or do the arpeggios. Now, my arpeggios were a mess because I was doing a 6 pattern inside of a 4, hoping it would work out, and of course it never does. So the idea there is when you're singing and strumming, 1, get clean from this chord to this chord and back. That's always a lot of work on D to G, or G to D7, sorry. And then also always be thinking about what could I do different with my right hand to just see what works and what doesn't. All right, let's play the melody. That's the guitar melody line from the top. Even if you're level 1, this is something that you can be working on. 1, 2, 3. Measure 3, 3, 1, 2. Oh, 3, oh, oh, 3. I blew that. Let's start from the top. I can't believe I messed that up. I love this song so much. I want it to be perfect for you. 1, 2, from the top. 1, 2, 3. 3, 1, 2. Oh, 3, oh, 3, oh, oh, oh. 3, 1, 3, oh, oh, 3, 3, 1, 2, oh, 2, 3, 4. 3, 3, oh, 3, 3, oh, 3, 1, 1, 2. Oh, 3, 3, oh, 3, 3, 2, oh, 3, 3, oh, 3, 3, oh, 3, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, oh. And then if you are on repeats 1, 2, or 3, you go ahead and hit that 3 at the end of measure 16 and go back and play the whole song again. If you're on your last time through, you skip measure 16 altogether and play 17. Okay? So there's your melody. Nice, cute little melody. Not the greatest melody we've worked on, but certainly got a little bit of motion in there. Not hard to play in terms of first position playing, 1, 2s, and 3s. No 5s jump in there for a change. Okay. Now, if you are level 2, those are what we just played are all sort of basic expectations that you would know how to do that. And so that's why level 2 takes a lot longer to go through than level 1. You're learning how to all of your chords. You're learning how to switch chords. You're learning how to play music in correct timing with other people. You are learning switching chords. Did I say that? And then you're also at level 2 starting to dive into tough acts and what that means. So let's walk through it one time and then we'll play it a couple. Okay, so grab your G chord. Okay, and play 3, 2, 0, 0, and then you're gonna hit the O again. And then the second string O. You have to put your ring finger on 3, and then take it right back up and strum. Put your ring finger back down, and then take it off again. Switch to a D7, And you're going to need to put your pinky up here on 3 to catch the melody. Lose your pinky, 0, 2. And then a G chord at measure 4. Add your ring finger. Lose your ring finger. Add your ring finger. 4 strings. O. O on the second string. A 3 on the second string. Nice strum here. Put your ring back on. Take it off. Hit the 0. Grab your D7. Add your pinky at 3 or at 7. Lose your pinky. Hit the 2. Turn the page. Hit the G chord. 4 strings. 2, O, O, and then a nice G chord here. Hit the 3 and then the 2. Full G chord again, except no bottom. Now grab your 2 3s. And get rid of your ring. Put it back on. Get rid of it. Okay, measure 11, D7, add your pinky. 2 1s, 0, 2. And then a G chord with an open bottom. Add your ring. And there's your ring. Real G chord here. G chord again with an open bottom. 2 3s. Open bottom G. 2 more 3s. Rest stroke, making sure your thumb is ending up laying on this first string, just resting there. Then hit the 3. Measure 15, grab a D chord. The 1, 0, 2, or twice. And a G chord. And then hit 0, 0, 3. And that 3, isn't that clear? Ding! I gotta go back and play this song again. Okay, those of you who are working on that more advanced level, you are thinking about using your claw here. Okay, from the top, 2 times through. 1, 2, 3, 4. I counted 3 and then go 1, 2, 3. Back and repeat it 3 times, and then we get to the 4th time through, and we hit obviously skip 16 and play 17. Let's play it one more time. I'm going to switch through to plucking and see how that goes. 1, 2, 3. So lots to keep you busy there. That's actually not the hard by not by a long shot the hardest thing we'll have to play, but there's a lot of stuff going on there, and a lot of fun ways to play it differently. And I think anytime you have a song with four repeats in there, you really want to try is bring as much of your toolbox as you can to see um, what all you can get out of it. All right, let's moving on to book three. Is an Andante in G. This used to be a book four song, and I moved it down to book three. Not so much because it is really a three song, but it's public domain. It's not terribly hard to play, but it's absolutely ridiculously beautiful. And so I want to take a few minutes to study that. We will start with Moon River tomorrow. The most of you guys have been with me the last few weeks. You have already dug into that anyway. So tomorrow we'll grab Moon River, as is often happens. We get through the first three songs on Monday, and then we start with going the other direction tomorrow. So tomorrow Moon River, Dante, Buffalo Gals, and then we'll wrap it up with Frere Jacques. Um, Andante and G. Carulli is one of the legendary guitar composers of all time, in 1770 to 1841. So this is a little bit of an old song, clearly public domain at this point. Um, you should know that there is a goof up in the standard notation. Those of you guys that are reading the standard notation, the bass notes. Did I fix those? Actually, it looks like I fixed those. Uh, Never mind. I fixed those. So then the next thing is you should know I've added the bass notes in the tough axe section. In his original, those were not there, but they should have been. They're absolutely beautiful, and it makes it a little more interesting to play, and will give you at least 6 months of legitimate joy playing these 8 bars. You can't believe how much music's in 8 bars, but that's the beauty of uh, classical composers is boy, they put a lot of work into a short amount of space, and you will love this piece. Okay, so I'm really just going to skip over the melody line and not talk about it and go directly to tough acts on this one because that's how you're going to want to play this one. As you look through the upper chords, you'll see the chords in and of themselves are not terrible, and they are helpful, generally speaking, to getting your shapes right. But so I'm going to start in the beginning, I'm going to have this G shape, right? But because I see a 1 coming up, I'm actually going to um, play it with my ring and pinky. I'm sorry, middle and ring. Okay, so I'm going to play. And guys, this is not a strummer, right? In any way, this is 100% claw. So those of you guys have been a little bit avoiding the claw, this is your time to get over that. Okay, so you're going to hold down the 3 and the 0. You're going to play. Uh, um, you're basically going to be assigning your thumb to these bottom 2 strings, and your ring, middle, and index finger to the upper 3 strings. Okay, mostly. That's going to change, of course, but that's mostly what you're doing. So you're going to take 3 and O, and you're going to be using thumb and middle. And then your index comes down to get the 0 by itself on the 3rd string, and then you do it again. Now, that's why you want this 1 available. So you can go put that on the 1st string, 2nd fret, and now you're going to play the open 5th string. Again, index finger on the 3rd string. Then you got a 2 and a 3. When I first learned this song, this was sort of a pain to me, but it'll get easier. Basically, you're doing an E minor with your ring finger here. Okay, and notice that's an 8th note, so that note's a little bit longer, which is nice because you're going to need a little bit extra time to retool what you're doing. Go grab, probably with your ring finger on your right hand, the O2. Ring finger is going to grab that 3, and your index finger is going to go grab the 2 on the D string. Now you're going to use your index finger again. Slide back to the 2 and let go of your 4th string. 3rd fret, 5th string, and the 0 on the bottom. Still index finger. 2 and 3 here. Okay, on the second and fifth string. Okay, measure 3, put a D7 on. O3, and some zeros. 3-2 on the first string. Ring finger on the 3 of the fifth string. Open first, middle finger to the 2, pinky finger to the 3, open on 0, or 0 on 5, index finger on 1, ring finger on 3 of the sixth string, and then 0, and then there's a little bit of melody here. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Where am I at? Okay, and then you're going to repeat that whole section there. I would say anytime you're getting into a little bit of a pickle, you can always drop the low notes, but you don't really want to. So it's much better on this type of music, this piece here, to play it crazy slow as necessary to get through those 8 measures. You will find probably measure 4 to be the tough one. You've got to be a little bit all over the place. And what I found, you don't have to be the same as me, but probably you will be. You will end up deciding which are the best fingers to do which things in measure 4, and then you need to write it on your paper and do it the same every single time. Because if you're just guessing at which fingers to use on your left hand, you're going to keep changing it and keep missing it and keep being weird. Whereas if you say, all right, I'm for sure using my ring here, and then my middle here, and then my ring up here, and my pinky on this one, and so on, where you just go through and handwrite on there exactly what fingers to choose, then it'll begin to teach your hands, this is how we're doing this. The first 3 measures are basically chord playing, so they basically follow the chords more or less. And so those are not quite as complicated, but at level measure 4, you for sure have to get that right. Because it's much harder and you'll be much more likely to be grasping for strings. Let's move on to measures 5 through 8. Measure 5, you're again going to grab a D7, but your thumb's going to be on the A string. I'm sorry, your thumb's going to be on the D string, and then index finger and middle and ring on those 1, 2, 1s. And then you're going to go grab this 3. I didn't finish the 0 there. You've got that 0 after the second 1, 2, 1, and it's a pretty key moment. Then you're going to let up on that chord because you're going into a G chord, right? So you end up with these 2 fingers on here. You could use those 2 fingers. You could even use these 2 fingers as a G chord. But I find that as you're moving around in classical music, you're going to be grabbing parts of chords all of the time. And it's a very normal thing to use different fingers than you might use if you're grabbing. In fingerstyle, we have a tendency to always grab the full chord and then play parts of that. Whereas in classical, we just tend to grab parts of chords and play that. And so it's a little bit different, not necessarily philosophy, it's just the way it works. And so let me play that first measure, or measure 5. Okay, so this is totally a G chord. You're just not playing anything up here to need to worry about it, so you don't. Measure 6, go back to your D7, same thing again. Oh, 1, 2, 1. Oh, 1, 2, 1. Oh, 3, oh, 3, oh, 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 3. Okay, so that's a note for note repeat of measure 5. Then we go over here to 6, or I mean measure 7. You're just grabbing the 3 of this C chord, and the rest are open at first. Hit the 3 again. Go grab the 2. And then your pinky is going to have to hit that 3. Go back and hit the 2 again. And just drop your thumb down to hit the open A, open D. Go grab your D7. Middle finger on the 2. That's my favorite note in the song, O3. Try with your pinky. We'll grab your 3 with your ring finger. First string open, second string 1, third string at 2, which is weird, but that's what it is. Now you got 2 zeros on second and fourth, and my fingers are already on it. Go hit the 3, 1 and 0, index finger and middle finger. Then go hit that 3 right up there. And then this little part here is not Carulli, but I think it sounds cool. Okay, so he did finish on the G chord. I just added in a couple extra notes to make it sound a little smoother. And then you repeat measures 5 through 8. So of this, in this song, measure 4 is a lot of work. Measure 7 and 8 are a lot of work, and it'll take you some patience. So realize this is world-class music, legendary piece of music. All classical guitar players have had some amount of work on this piece of music. It's only 8 measures. That should tell you a whole lot about how much time you want to put into this, which is, oh my gosh, 8 measures. I want to absolutely dial in my fingers and do exactly the same thing every time, and then it'll be really, you'll have a nice piece of music. And then to wrap it up, you'll hit a G chord. Okay, so ignoring the repeats, let's play through it one time together. I'm going to go as slow as I possibly can. It tends to get away on you a little bit with speed wise, because it's all these 30-second notes, right? They got 2 flags on them. 16th notes. They're all 16th notes. They all have 2 flags on there. And it is beautiful. It is great, Vic, huh? So you got 8 measures. If you spend 6 months on it, I won't be surprised. Okay, it's that much. It's that intense to get it right. Okay, it's an etude, so you don't want to get it close. Like a lot of music, we get it close. This is something you really probably need to get right. Okay, from the top, nice and slow. 1, 2, ready, play. Go ahead and go on to page 2. and then you come back through and give that nice, beautiful thing at the end. Okay, doesn't matter what kind of guitar you played on. That's going to sound amazing, right? Um, and again, you're supposed to get it faster and all that stuff, but you take your plenty of time to play that. Uh, it's very intense, very delicate, very beautiful, very much worth your time to put in. Very quickly, we got to get going on 5 minutes over. I did post you guys musical scales up there. You probably saw today under theory daily scales, PDF without tab and a PDF with tab. I have no long-term goal to play without tab. Some of you do, so grab whichever one of those you think is important, and we will try to warm up with those on a daily basis. So grab the first one on the off the top, which is the C scale. And then we'll talk about a little bit more of that stuff tomorrow. Again, I'm not a huge fan of playing scales, but I am aware that some of you are. I'm also don't disagree that they have some value and some merit. So grab those off the front page, and then and put those in your book, and we'll start talking about scales. Maybe not every day, but on a regular basis. So that'll help you get at least the first set of scales down. There's an unlimited number of scales on this instrument, and we'll start working through them. Are the scales on the website? Yeah, front page, right under today on today's list. You know how I do every wherever I post a link. Right under that is the songs we're going to play for the day. At the very top, I wrote theory daily scales, and so they're on the front page of the website. So you'll find them there. A nice piece. Mine is in pieces. Yes, it is a nice way to do. This is a beautiful piece. And the problem with it is it probably does need to be pretty close to perfect to get it to make you happy. So it's a good way to ruin your day. And Carulli. Carulli, Fernando Soar, Giuliani. Um, there's a handful of these classic composers that not necessarily always classic, but that are definitely peak guys that are worth studying. So, okay, guys, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. We'll play Moon River tomorrow. We'll try to get in. We'll try to play at least one scale tomorrow. But go ahead and have that printed out and in your book. And then thank you guys for being here. And go out and do good, be safe, keep practicing, and I promise if you keep showing up, you will be a ridiculously good player down the road. I've taught any number of students who are now much better players than I am, and that's what the goal is, right? Is for you to be able to have the time and good quality materials to just turn that into something beautiful. And so, thanks for being here, everybody. Elizabeth, Nancy, Vic, Pauline, who else was here? Arlo was here today. I missed somebody, Evelyn. Okay, guys. Anybody else hanging out there in the widget? Good to see you guys. Have a wonderful day. I will see you mañana.